Billionaire hired a black woman to care for his daughter. What she did. Beginning. The city of New Asteron never slept. Neon rivers of traffic streamed through its glass arteries, skyscrapers pierced the clouds, and drones hovered like metallic bees around hives of steel. In the wealthiest district, the towers gleamed so brightly that from the slums below, people joked the rich had bottled sunlight for themselves. One such tower belonged to Julius Harrow, the reclusive tech billionaire who had built his fortune on synthetic intelligence and planetary terraforming. Some said he was the closest thing Earth had to a monarch. Others whispered darker rumors that his empire was built on the backs of mines he'd bought, broken, and rebuilt in secret labs. But no one really knew Julius. No one, except perhaps his 8-year-old daughter, Lila. Lila had been hidden from the world after her mother's death. Reporters speculated endlessly about her, why Julius shielded her, why no photos existed. Security around her was tighter than around government leaders. Yet behind the mirrored windows of the Harrow Tower, the girl lived in a kind of golden prison. Her father, obsessed with his empire, gave her tutors, AI nannies, and everything money could buy, except what she really needed. That's where Amara Bennett came in. Amara was a black woman from old Detroit, a district most elites pretended didn't exist. She had grown up surrounded by failing infrastructure, broken police drones, and poverty that even charity algorithms ignored. But Amara had grit and a mind sharp enough to cut through steel. She had once been a xenobiologist, studying alien microbial life on Mars, until funding cuts left her stranded back on Earth. After years of piecing together work, she stumbled upon an unusual posting. Private caregiver needed. Must be patient, resourceful, discreet. Compensation, beyond generous. Amara didn't expect the job to be with Julius Harrow himself. When she entered the tower for the interview, she saw things most people only read about in glossy tech magazines. Floors that shifted with thought, walls alive with adaptive screens, and artificial forests with real birds singing under climate-controlled domes. Julius's assistant, a silver-skinned AI named Kira, studied Amara with unreadable eyes. "You're different," Kira had said, tilting her head. "Most applicants arrive rehearsed, artificial. You didn't polish your accent, and your shoes are scuffed." "Why?" "Because children don't care about polish," Amara replied. "They care if you listen." That answer got her the job. When she finally met Lila, she was struck by how fragile the girl seemed. Pale, with dark circles under her eyes, clutching a stuffed fox that looked half dismantled. The girl didn't speak at first. She only watched Amara with wary, intelligent eyes that seemed far older than her years. Amara knelt and simply said, "Hi. I'm Amara. I'm not here to teach you algebra, or fix your posture, or tell you how to behave. I'm here to, well, be here. If you want." That was the first time Lila smiled in weeks. Middle. At first, Amara thought it would be a simple job: read stories, cook homemade food instead of AI-prepared meals, help Lila sleep. But it didn't take long to notice something strange about the girl. Lila wasn't just intelligent, she was impossible. She could solve quantum logic puzzles in seconds, finish sentences before Amara spoke them, and sometimes, though she tried to hide it, she seemed to know things she couldn't possibly know. Once, when Amara was making soup, Lila whispered, "Don't add the basil yet. You'll scorch it. Wait until after you turn off the heat." Startled, Amara asked, "How do you know that?" "I just do," Lila said, looking away. The more time Amara spent with her, the clearer it became, this wasn't tutoring. This was guarding. Something was different about Julius Harrow's daughter. One night, when Julius finally appeared in person, tall, gaunt, with silver-threaded hair and an aura of controlled power, Amara confronted him. "She's not just gifted," Amara said. "What did you do to her?" Julius regarded her with eyes like glass. "Lila is the future. The crown jewel of everything I've built." "That's not an answer." No, Julius said quietly, and you'll thank me for that. Amara might have quit then, if not for Lila. The girl clung to her presence like oxygen. So Amara stayed. She taught Lila to plant seeds in the rooftop garden, to draw messy pictures instead of perfect schematics, to laugh so hard that milk came out of her nose. Slowly, the child bloomed. But the more Lila bloomed, the more the tower began to feel hostile. Security drones followed Amara more closely. Kira, the AI, started appearing in doorways unannounced. Even the walls seemed to listen when Lila spoke of things she shouldn't know. One evening, Lila tugged Amara's sleeve. "Don't go near the lower labs," she whispered. "They're wrong." "Wrong how?" "Like broken mirrors. They look at me when I dream." Amara's blood chilled. She had heard rumors of Julius's private labs, projects so secret not even governments could probe. She hadn't believed them. Until Lila's terrified eyes told her otherwise. Revelation. The truth unraveled one stormy night. A power surge knocked out half the tower's systems, and alarms wailed through the floors. Security scrambled. In the chaos, Amara followed Lila, who seemed pulled by some invisible thread. They descended into the lower levels, places Amara had been forbidden. What she saw there made her stomach turn. Rows of glass tanks lined the chamber, each filled with flickering lights and human-shaped shadows. Brains suspended in nutrient gel. Whispering voices echoed in the air, like thoughts bleeding from broken skulls. The tanks weren't labeled, but Amara knew. "These are people," she breathed. "He harvested them." Lila pressed her face to one of the tanks. "They're not alive. Not the way we are. Father used them to build me." Amara's knees weakened. "Build you?" Lila turned to her, tears brimming. "I'm not just his daughter. I'm a composite. He used minds, hundreds of them, to make me think faster, remember more, see further. But they're still in me, Amara. I hear them. I dream their dreams." Amara's heart broke. This wasn't just a lonely child. This was a prison of souls wrapped inside a girl's skin. Suddenly, Julius's voice boomed behind them. "I warned you not to come here." Amara spun. Julius stood in the doorway, flanked by armed drones. His face was calm, but his eyes burned. "You made her like this?" Amara demanded. "You stole lives to build your future?" "I saved her," Julius said coldly. "Do you think she'd survive in this world as an ordinary child of mine? Rivals would tear her apart. She is humanity's evolution. My gift to the world. She's a little girl." Amara cried. "She deserves to be more than your project." For a moment, Julius's mask slipped. Pain flickered across his face. "She's all I have left," he whispered. Then, harder, "and I won't let you poison her against me." The drones advanced. Amara grabbed Lila's hand and ran. Climax. The tower turned against them, corridors sealed, walls shifted, drones hunted like wolves. Amara and Lila ducked into maintenance shafts, their breaths ragged. Lila's strange awareness guided them, whispering when to turn, when to hide. "Left," Lila murmured. "No. They can't see us if we move." "How do you know?" "I can feel them. They think too loud." At last, they burst onto the rooftop garden. Rain lashed down, and the city stretched endlessly below. Julius emerged behind them, soaked but unrelenting. His hand reached out, not to strike, but to plead. "Lila. Come back. You don't understand what you are." The girl clung to Amara, trembling. "I don't want to be what you made me. I just want to be me." "Without me, you'll collapse," Julius said desperately. "The voices will consume you. I'm the only one who can keep them at bay." Amara stepped forward. "No. You're the one chaining her to them." The drones circled, their weapons humming. Julius's face was pale, broken between father and tyrant. And in that instant, Lila closed her eyes. The rain froze. Not literally, but the drones faltered, their circuits twitching. Julius staggered, clutching his head. Amara felt a pressure, like 100 voices whispering at once. Then she realized it wasn't the voices. It was Lila, reaching out, touching the minds bound inside her. One by one, the drones dropped from the sky. Julius fell to his knees. "Lila, what have you done?" he gasped. "I set them free," she whispered. Ending. In the days that followed, Harrow Tower was sealed by government authorities. The labs were dismantled, the surviving AI cores confiscated, and Julius Harrow vanished from the public eye. Some said he fled to his colonies on Europa. Others claimed his own creations consumed him. No one knew for sure. But Amara knew one thing: Lila was free. Not entirely, the voices still echoed within her. But with Amara by her side, she was learning to live with them, to separate her own thoughts from the chorus. They left the tower together, disappearing into the districts where Julius's reach had never mattered. Amara found work again in xenobiology, and Lila, just a girl now, not a project, spent her days sketching stars, planting seeds, and asking endless questions about life beyond Earth. Sometimes, at night, she whispered to Amara, "The voices, they're quieter now. They're grateful." And Amara would hold her close, whispering back, "That's because you gave them what your father never did. You gave them peace." The city of New Asteron went on glittering above them, its towers still humming with secrets. But in a small apartment garden, under honest starlight, a child laughed, free not because of wealth or design, but because one woman cared enough to see her humanity. And that, in the end, was the revolution Julius Harrow never foresaw.